So this is really big for us. We're really excited for it. What's kind of crazy about it is before, you've got to be kidding me! These are in, and then, you fucked me up.
Well.
Oh, perfect. We're never getting this done. Tire. That's what.
I tried.
Hey guys, Bert with Atlas. First and foremost, want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Hopefully you gave as much as you got and, you know, spent some time with family and enjoyed some time off. We got a cool package. We've been waiting on this for a little bit. We're really excited. We've done this unboxing before. Basically what it is this is our DLC and PVD batch back from the coders. So we got some really cool stuff in here that we're getting ready to release basically. So this will be part of the release video, but we kind of wanted to go through it. So let's go ahead and get it cut open and let's go through this together. So we have not opened this, as you can see. So we are going to do this together. There's a ton of these packages, so we're going to get them out real quick. With a lot of this stuff, with what they are, we had to be very specific with them that the parts could not be separated. It looks like they did a fantastic job of keeping kind of everything together here. So I'll tell you what, our main ones that we're going to worry about right now are these big ones, and then we'll kind of do the small packages in a little bit since I'm limited on space for the time being. All right. Okay, so we're going to deal with the bigger stuff right now, since I'm limited on table space and stuff at the moment. Woo! Oh my goodness, these look so good. Okay, they did not pack my barrel in this. That's okay, we can deal with it because we engraved it all. So what we have is we have our raw DLC back from the coders. So, if you don't know what DLC is diamond-like carbon. Basically, it's a really thin, super hard, wear-resistant coating. It's done basically in a vacuum chamber. Basically only comes in black or a grayish color, and it looks kind of like this when you get it back. It's real. It looks almost like what pencil lead, that color and that sheen look like. And then it's really cool. What happens is when you take oil, shameless plug, donkey spit. If you guys haven't tried this out, check it out. It's on the website. It is the best oil that we've used. We've been testing this for probably the better part of a year and a half, 2 years, and we absolutely love it. We love it so much that we actually partnered with them. So it is awesome oil. It's literally the only stuff we use no matter what it's for, but it works specifically awesome for 2011 stuff. Cold temperatures, hot temperatures, it doesn't change viscosity like a lot of the other stuff does. It's awesome. I highly recommend checking it out. We love it, and that's all we use on our competition rigs. But basically, you put a little bit of oil on it, and now you get that deep black color that you're used to seeing. So you can see the before and after. DLC has quickly become one of our favorite finishes for 2011s. Yeah, you can really see it now. And you can see the comparison. It just looks so nice. And the company we use, they are semi-local to us. They do such a good job, and they do it quick. Probably the quickest out of all the companies that we contacted when we were looking for somebody. They had the quickest turnarounds, and they pretty much always hit it. Sometimes they get behind just like everybody, but they do such a good job. And then when it comes to stuff like this where you can't have mixed parts because they're all fitted, they do really good. Let's get this one oiled up here real quick. You do go through a little bit of oil when you have to re-oil your fresh DLC, but we'll get all the internals and stuff when we final fit and reassemble all these. But been looking for a better way to kind of oil this stuff. Not sure what that is, because it's quite difficult when you have to rub it in all these crazy small areas. And then you get it all over your hands. Typically I wear gloves, but kind of just raw dogging it at the moment, which is fine because everything here has to get oiled anyway. All right. So that's one. So we have all the small parts here for this one. I'm not going to sit here and do each individual little part for it, just because it would be boring and kind of senseless. But so we had these done in a bunch of different finishes. So this is actually going to stay with us. This is our shop build. This one is all black DLC. clean, classic, just a great look overall. So I'm gonna put this one, set this one aside, and let's get into one of the next ones. All right, that was another all black one, so we're not gonna do that. So this is a 4 1/4 version of the same gun. That DLC just looks so good. It really brings all the machining to life and all the fitment to life, and I mean, these things are just gonna be so nice. Let's keep going, but this 4 1/4 looks fantastic as well. This is what I was looking for. Woo. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, so this is a little bit different. This is PVD. It's kind of along the same process as DLC. This is the first time we've actually had them do some PVD for us. So we've never actually even seen this color before. Wow, is that a cool color. So this one is like a rose bronze color. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's a pretty cool color. Definitely a little bit different from just your standard black. Wow, that's a pretty cool freaking color. So let's open this real quick, and let's see if these are barrels and grips and stuff for this one. Not only did they package this like crazy, my hands are completely oiled. It is. So this is our barrel for it. Holy cow, that's a cool combo. Dude, these look so good. Woo. Oh my goodness, okay. Enough of that before I break something. Yeah, this is exciting. I'm really pumped with how these came out. They do not mess around with packaging. It's half the battle on these things. So I'm gonna set this all aside, and then I'm gonna get a couple of them together so we can see them all side by side. But I also want to get through some of this other stuff because there's some other coatings in here that we had done that I'm really excited to see as well. So give me just a minute. All right, so real quick, these are just some projects we did for customers. So this one we did the RMSC optic cut and then window and port. This one is a barrel. What is this for? I'm not sure which one this goes to. We obviously did our V port. All right. We have a visitor. You here to crash the party, girl? Yeah, everybody likes the donkey spit. All right, come on. Yeah, I know, you're a sweetheart. This one is for, I believe, a Smith & Wesson shield. Has the factory ports. We added, we do a couple different style ports on these, but we just added our compact to this. Other times we'll add V ports to match the factory windows. This one, he wanted the compact port in addition to the V port. So set these aside. Holy crap. All right, so this is an Infinity hybrid island barrel. We sent all this stuff out. This is for an open gun. This came through from a customer who's a buddy of ours. So he sent him down, and we sent all his parts out for gold tin coating. And it came out per usual, really, really well. Let's get some oil on it. We can see. Looks so good. I don't know if you can see the color difference on the camera or not, but the matte still looks fantastic, but with some oil on it, it looks right. So we're not gonna deal with that either right now. I did want to show you the gold tin coating that we offer as well. It looks fantastic. So like I said, this place does a really good job. As you see, they take no shortage in packaging and keeping stuff together, making sure that everything that they send back to us is protected and done well at that. Some more rose, I don't know what they actually label it as, if it's bronze or rose gold or what. So this, I Again, I don't know what it's considered. I should probably know that. I think it's considered a rose gold. All right. All the little parts. I'm actually going to bag these up because these go to 003. All right, so I got this one back out. I really want to see the color combo together. And again, a lot of these color combos we haven't personally done, mainly because these are our first batch of 1102s. So this is our 4 1/4. This one got our Sinister 7, which is one of our signature ports. And yeah, this thing looks freaking killer. So we're really, really excited. Little details, we got Ohio on that side. And we have our 1102 on this side. And then all of our serial number and stuff like that's on the bottom of the frame, which we're not going to show on camera, obviously. But yeah, this thing looks awesome. Man, to kind of give you guys an idea, maybe it's going to look super killer. We're really excited. So, all right, let's get this one put back. I wanted to see what those look like together. We've got a few more packages to go through here, and then we're about done. This was a huge order of DLC and PVD. Some more gold. 10 mil Glock barrel. Thread protector goes to that. All right, I believe this is our last bag for the moment. We've actually never had gold done by these guys either. So you got to see it for the first time with us. Okay, more small parts in rose gold. Rose gold barrel. All right, so Glock 10 mil that we did a comp port on. Nice back bore. Came out really good. This is an HK VP9. We did our compact port on. So this is the first one we had. What a killer combination. Yeah, super nice. Super, super nice. We really like that. We did all the small parts for this one in rose gold as well. So all the small parts, the hammers, the safeties, everything like that, got rose gold for this one. I think it's going to look super killer. So we're just going to throw that. We're going to get this all packed up into its bin. We'll get some of these put together, and then we'll come back and we'll shoot a little bit of a lineup for you guys so you can kind of see them. So this is really big for us. We've been working on it kind of quietly for quite a long time, quite a few months, from the time that we just unboxed all the DLC, got everything together and sorted. I had taken them up front into the store, and I actually sold half of our inventory within minutes, essentially a couple hours. So what we originally had to release, I have about half of that now. So I don't think that's by accident. We built these things to be, really nice for the cost. Before we get into that, we also were really excited to announce we are going to launch our Patreon. So when I first started this, I never wanted to be the place or the guy that, hey, you have to pay me monthly to see stuff and whatever. But it's become apparent that YouTube is already flagging a lot of our stuff because we're in the gun world. If you watch anybody of the other gun tubers or whatever, you already know that, it's a really hard space to grow this industry. And so essentially what we're going to do is we're going to launch our Patreon. We're going to just have 2 tiers right now. The first tier is going to be free. We're going to post up stuff we can't show you on YouTube. And then the $5 tier is going to get you access to all the sales, new product launches beforehand, our mailing list, so coupons, and when we do like our Black Friday sales and our Memorial Day sales, we start those a little bit early for our mailing list, our email list. So we're going to give you guys access to that too. If you want to support us with that, it's just Patreon at Atlas Tactical. Yeah, we're excited to kind of get that going too. So anyway, let's jump into this. You saw us unbox all of our DLC and PVD that just came back. Since then, we've sent another batch out, but yeah, basically what we wanted to release that we're super excited for, we're releasing our own 2011. We are geared more towards the competition and range style of 2011 as opposed to like your carry or something like that. At its core, it's literally a 2011. There's no gimmicks, there's no nonsense. It's literally just a spec'd, hand-built 2011. There's plenty of other places out there that do it. We're not trying to compete with them. We're not trying to do anything. We wanted to do our own thing. We wanted a gun that looked aggressive, that looked super clean at the same time, not being overdone, on the milling where it looks super cool, but you can't manipulate it. We wanted to get that happy medium, and I think we did just that. So every decision that we made as far as design and everything was purposeful. We didn't want to do any gimmicky stuff where there was a ton of millwork done, but it didn't work well as far as, you know, actually providing traction and manipulation. We wanted to avoid all that. From the serrations to the window to the full knurling down the entire top, no matter where you grab this thing, one finger, just the knurling alone, you can operate this thing. So right now we have 5-inch, we have 4 1/4, and we have an island block. So island block is, it's a 5-inch overall gun, but it's a 4.6 barrel with an island block on it. So it will be standard non-ported, but we are going to offer a comp version as well on that. The big thing with 2011s is, you know, the fit and the finish, and that's where we spent a lot of time on this, to where there was no slide to frame wobble, there's no barrel float, nothing like that. We spent a lot of time figuring out how we can get that from the machine to final fitment with as little manual input as possible. Human error, right? We want to eliminate as much of that as possible. But we still wanted the hand fit because it's really, really hard to get a consistent fit off of the machine when it talks about 2011. Barrels and stuff, they all have to be hand fit. Safeties, you can't do those directly off the machine, at least not in a super high quality manner. So as a production gun, yeah, you can do that, you know, but that's where you have your staccatos and your prodigies, staccatos being the higher end of those, but it's where you have your prodigies and your max and stuff like that. There's not a lot of hand fitment. They're trying to do it directly off the machine, but you have looser tolerances, therefore a more inaccurate gun, and generally usually cheaper parts. So we wanted to, again, hit that happy medium, which, you know, everything is blended from the beaver tail, you know, your grip safeties into the side of your safeties. If it's not machine blended, it's hand blended. Even the frame rails, the slide to frame fitment, again, there is zero wobble in any of it. So that was a big thing for us, is the fit and finish of this. A tighter gun, more accurate gun. Big thing with this is, you know, we produce the slide, the frame, the trigger, the optic system. We produce a lot of this in-house directly off our machines. That allows us to control tolerances as opposed to buying a part here and a part there and stuff like that. Really hard to get consistent tolerances and fitting. We do use Atlas Gunworks barrels and EGW internals. They're already good parts, right? There's no sense to reinvent the wheel when there's somebody out there who makes a really good part that you can literally just fit and it works every single time. So we do use really high quality parts as far as that. There's no MIM parts, there's no nothing like that. We produce the trigger in 2 variations, aluminum and steel. Aluminum's probably the most popular, but we noticed nobody was really doing a steel one. It's just cool, right? It does add a little bit of weight as well, but it's a nice little option to be able to choose and, you know, tell people you got a steel trigger. So Atlas Gunworks, shielded ambi safeties. Say you wanted one of these, but you wanted a different safety, we're happy to put a different safety in there. It doesn't matter to us. You run, you know, EGW, double tap, whatever you want, we can put in there for you. So yeah, that's kind of the basics of what we're using as far as internals and stuff. As I said, we run Atlas Gunworks barrels. If you know anything about them, when you order a barrel from them, it has to be fit, right? So they produce the core design. Fantastic, great rifling, good accuracy. So we have to cut everything from, you know, the hood to the barrel lengths to the front. We flush cut and crown the end to our slide. Each one is individual. Basically taking a really, really good part, making it fit absolutely perfect in our system. As I'm sure you noticed, there's no light rail on these, right? This is more of your competition range, you know, or range toy. This is not a carry or a duty style gun, right? We're running match grade chambers and stuff. We did it on purpose. Will we offer a light version in the future? Probably, but you know, we really like the cleanliness and the sleekness of the full dust cover. That was super intentional, that we did not want to run a light system. Standard, these things come, we offer them in PVD and DLC. This is a full DLC version. Every part was DLC'd, including the disconnect, because the disconnects need fit, and then you're left raw. We have those re-DLC'd, and then we do a final fitment on those so that, you know, the finish is consistent all the way through the gun. We also did some PVD. So this one, PVD slide, frame, magwell, everything else DLC'd. Even the optic plates, everything about it was DLC'd, barrels, all of it. So we did a couple different configurations as well. This one is my personal one, so this one will not be going. I did a couple variations in this. They already sold, so I had to use my personal one for it. But standard is DLC and PVD. We had a couple guys pre-order them that chose Cerakote, so that also is an option. The cool thing about Cerakote is you can do all kinds of custom designs, colors, everything like that. Some guys out there starting to experiment with like different finishes for DLC to try to get a camo and stuff. It's not our style. You know, if you want to do something camo, you can look at our website, our Instagram. There's plenty of options on there that we've done. So you can do a custom color, camo, all kinds of stuff with this. But standard option is DLC PVD. You know, why? Super durable. It's very consistent as far as batch to batch. So if you need a part redone, it's consistent to go back to it. You know, lubricity, it's self-lubricating. So if these start to run, 2011s like to run wet most of the time, right? If this starts to run dry, that frictionless coating that DLC is, helps it run even when it's a little bit more dry. So DLC is super wear resistant, you know, holsters, stuff like that. It's a really good coating. I'm sure most of you know what it is. A lot of the higher end guns come in it, but that's the coating we chose for it for those exact reasons of its performance. As far as the optic system, we produce it here in-house. I can't release a lot about it right now because we are in the patent process, but it is a design, as far as an optic system, nobody else in the gun industry is using. In fact, nobody else is using it except the company that I'm working with to design this. They're the only other ones who use this on their system. So it's a really cool design. We're really excited about that. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't release that until we have that process kind of locked down. These ones do not currently have that on there for that exact reason. I can't do it right now. We'll be offering it not only standard on our guns, but we'll be offering plate systems for other guns that use our process. So we'll be really cool. Keep an eye out for it. Once I can release it, I'll absolutely release it because I'm super stoked about it. I think it's going to be huge. So that'll be released here in the future. So again, right now we have the 5 inchers ready to go. We did produce a 4 1/4 specifically for a customer. We've only done one. He came in when we were kind of in the beginning processes of this and said, hey, can I contract you to build me a 4 1/4 for a carry version? So we did it. We will probably release this as a full-on line coming up, but right now we just have the 5 inches like directly in production. Barrel blocks are in production. We have that coming. We call them a barrel block. They're like a barrel island block. There's only one of those in existence right now, and Sean over at a regular design group has that one, and he's been running it, and as far as I know, he absolutely loves it. So the barrel island blocks will be next, and then probably on to the 4 1/4. This one, he added on our Sinister 7 port, which is one of our signature ports, which leads us into, we can port any of these for you as well. It is additional, it's not a standard option, but if you wanted the 5 inch, with the Sinister 7 or the compact or even V ports, we can absolutely do that for you during the build process. Unbelievable. It 100% is an add-on option. So just know that. Same with the barrel blocks. We're going to release a comp version as well, which along with that, we have another patent pending process that we're going to do with the comp version, which we're really, really excited about. Again, I know, I'm sorry, I can't release that either right now. Nobody else has done it. So if we can get that going, it's gonna be pretty wicked. We're really excited for that. But anyway, that's kind of our big release. We're really excited about it. Again, we did this for no other reason other than we wanted to do it. We wanted to build one our way with our styling, put together our way. This isn't about competing with anybody, no matter what anybody says or wants to believe. We wanted to do our own thing, which if you've known us from the beginning, we've always done our own thing. It doesn't matter. And if you like them, you like them. There'll be more coming up. Obviously, we didn't get too into depth, but we wanted to release these so that, people could start knowing about them. And yeah, if it's something you guys are into, something you guys think, you'll like, let us know. Again, check out the Patreon because as we do more of these, we're going to start releasing stuff early there as far as sales, upcoming products, new lines, stuff like that. So it's literally free so that we can get the information and we can get our stuff to you guys on a less regulated platform sooner. Check it out if you want to. It's like I said, Patreon at Atlas Tactical, and let's see what we can do over there as well. So thank you guys. I hope you guys have or had a Merry Christmas. Please enjoy, be safe, be smart, and we'll see you guys on the next one.